everyone, it's Tom here, Battle Rap Resume, with something brand new for the channel where I'm uploading a battle in its entirety that at the moment, unfortunately, only exists in fragments. This being the battle that you see on the screen in front of you, Crafty versus Lazy Arse Jack on King of the Ronalds. Anyone that has been following King of the Ronalds recently knows that unfortunately the camera was stolen from this event, and that led to only 2 battles being salvaged. This one partly, and Canal versus Bard was the only one that managed to get out unscathed, unfortunately. Definitely go to the GoFundMe, by the way. Incredible to see that people have donated so much money. It's exceeded its target of £500. It's currently at £700. Please donate more and more. The league greatly deserves it. It's a huge shame that this got jacked. A massive tragedy in writing terms, especially. I fucking love both of these guys. So I uploaded about a week ago Soul's round for Koj. Definitely check that out. Also check out the chat that I had with Soul. And soon after that, Crafty reached out, in light of the battle not going down, and asked if he could kind of have his rounds uploaded on the channel. He was going to do it on his own, but he figured he'd send it to me. And I kind of had a little bright spark, really, because, I fucking love Crafty. Absolutely love Lazy Arse Jack as well. It was a great shame that this battle didn't come out proper. So I asked Lazy to record his rounds, and this is what you're about to see. I've got Craft's rounds, I've got Lazy's round. I've kind of constructed the battle in a kind of an internet real time, as it were. I know it's not as good as the real thing, but at least we're getting the material out there. Please, before we get into this battle, please make sure you subscribe to Battle Rap Resume on YouTube. Also follow us on Twitter, support us on Patreon. But yeah, without further ado, I give you Lazy Arse Jack versus Crafty.
So you want to be top tier, but have no charisma. That's why you have lost this match. But still go off on that like a cocky twat, even though you only get bad feedback like a dodgy amp. I'm here to teach you humility, prevent you crossing the line like border force. You're the wrong kind of proud. I abhor the sort. I know one thing about pride. All in all, you either put it in your work or it comes before you fall. But you got given Marlow and Shuffle and complained about not getting a chance, but they leveled you fast. You hadn't progressed enough, so they were better by far. You would have done well to wait before stepping to someone in a heavier class because you haven't learnt your place. Even though your place is apparent, but you've been saying shit in chat and to disguise the fact you have no charisma and stay basically rapping. So I guess what I'm trying to state is your status is status in stasis because you stay systematic, but you're not quite as gifted as you'd like to think. It's not enough to just be clever when you design your written. You need to work on your delivery, like logistics, because they said that about me. But I've been working on it like a workaholic, working with these words so often, and it's usually a eulogy. This one made for the body like ergonomics, so just bow down to me. I got it down to a fine science in the ring like full metal alchemy. Until you start consistently entertaining us, you can never amount to me. Your career's been up and down like pistons, and now you're running out of steam because you asked for the top tier, but didn't seem aware that a challenger waited, got caught up in the cycle like waxing and waning. So for your arrogant rants today, I'll have him retracting his statements. You have to graph to keep up with the learning curve like the quadratic equation.
Yo, Lazy Arse Jack. One of these new pricks who battles with that whole flailing arm swag. You know how even though he can construct a phrase, he can't rap? So tall he's seen everything in the world, except the other side of a lady's bra strap. You look like you could be used as a fucking skating park ramp. See, he found with me when I met him in Edinburgh. Then I judged him out of the top 8 when that AG parred, man. So I guess this is revenge for a stand like Shady's car crash. He thought he was making fast laps on a racing car track, and I came to slow him down from the pit. That's a safety car lap, but hold up. Let's get to the giraffe in the room. I would not bat an eyelid if I saw you munching grass in the zoo. See, I bet you can't walk into nightclubs without being asked how tall you are 50 times. Like, yo, bruv, are you 6'10" or 6'9"? Ah, mate, I told you owe me a spliff and pint. Yeah, cool, sorry, safe, bruv. Have a wicked night. How peak is your life? See, I don't care about which warrior in the 1400s took the leader's crown. I haven't read any of the books you scheme about, but bruv, you look like Peter Crouch. So you winning this is like you digesting a sambuca. Long shot. Must be peak when every shirt you own becomes a crop top after one wash. And growing up, must have been kind of hard finding gym shoes that fit too. Most people just hit puberty, bruv. It looks like puberty fucking hit you. But look on the bright side like Twilights, because after all, I bet every day you get messaged 5 times from sci-fis for casting calls. You'd make life-size katana swords look like tiny particles. If this guy's height was half as tall, he'd be the right size for basketball.
How can you be this much of a narcissist when your bars are shit? You're so forgettable. Let's why I'm surpassing him. You put your heart in this. I don't. The man who kills you probably hasn't got the heart to give. Your every motion documented like Parliament. Your every word processed early. So get with the program like JavaScript. I got tidy writing and it stands apart from his. So it's justified if you think I'm winning by a margin. Shit, I mean, yeah, he got some views, but everything he spit is basic. You couldn't ride my train of thought. It won't stop me that we're at different stations. I couldn't give a fuck about your profile, bitch. Just face it. This will be a one-sided body like Egyptian paintings, because I've seen insecure egos, but yours is astounding. Funny, you went on Gift of the Gab. No one's talking about it. But once when you were battling, I heard someone shout, make it stop. So maybe stick to poetry, because you'll never hear someone say he's hot, but you just won't quit. He just can't get enough, like 80s pop. But today you've been hating lots, but after every battle he gave me props. So you were riding my wave, so save it, cause you're all at sea. No wonder you haven't got the flair to be taking shots. All your lines border on borderline. In fact, the damn average. You're just a cunt reaching, and that's tragic, because my punches make connections like a continent, and that's why I land masses. So let me map it out for you, because you look lost in this environment, caught up in the most hopeless of struggles, and I'll tell you to your face. So I don't need to be backhanded to write shit that's close to the knuckle.
You call high jump limbo. You're a big fucker but ain't big bone. This is what it looked like if Klitschko was 6 stone. So he'd still dwarf the entire room if I knocked him to the ground. He literally watches Sky TV and logs into the cloud. See, with him you could build skyscrapers. He'll just pass you the bricks without drivers craning them. He's so tall he watches football matches from outside the stadium. And Bear Solution said you do stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy. Sounds hard. What he actually means is he stood up, then the crowd laughs. So you're one of these Oxford Uni pricks. I bet you're smashing CVs. World's tallest battler. But if he's breaking records, he ain't on tracks with GB, more like smashing CDs. He sets up big until the punchline that he's landing seems weak and lets down the whole build-up like Assassin's Creed 3. So you mock Sherpa for being salty. But let's talk about the discretion you've had, because I heard straight away when they announced A went through, you left the group chat. Maybe you didn't come across as such a snob, they might respect the dude's raps. The next time you apply for training days, don't use a fucking spec from UCAS. See, shit just blew up online. After I dragged Kid through the wall like Joseph Kony. If his parents found out he started rapping, they'd sell both his ponies. See, how did I go from jotting for Koj to the guy who was #1 in his college for croquet? These newcomers all sound like Jed and copy his whole state and take it as gospel. That's why they hop on the soul train. Ain't nobody betting against me dropping this no name. And since Oxford's his home place, if anybody bank on his side, they're watching the boat race. Just because you're the battler who's standing at the greatest height, don't think your levels are below me in the way we write. So when I don't even look at him in the face tonight, you can tell lazy I think he ain't in sight.
So you lot collectively think he is a sick spitter, a big hitter? Nah. You look like you got a bit triggered when you had to write bars for Liv Winter. When it comes to genetics, you're fucked. You look like the sperm that fertilised the egg only got there first because he knew a shortcut. You got this. I mean, being you must be fucking depressing, bro. You got the swagger of a guy who has to take deep breaths when he's left his home, and I can picture him when he gets back, stressing at his desk alone, refreshing one of his battles, looking at the like bar, checking every vote. So I don't give a fuck how long he spent prepping what he wrote. He lost vision at the blood pressure getting low, but you'll never be top tier. You will never get the GOAT. You have to be less depressing to elevate a tone. So you do loads of impressions but never made an impression. It's why you're never gonna blow. You should have forgotten about my personality and tried developing your own. And that was where I choked, and I'm not going to misrepresent the battle by including bars that I didn't actually drop. So yeah, that's where I'll leave it.
You're such a posh royalist prick. I wouldn't be surprised if you got out of Tudor Rose. And if he shows signs of growth today, it's only because he's out of Tudor Rose. So you'll try taking the moral high ground from his posh platform, and that's blatant. But mate, everything you achieve came from your dad's payments from tax havens. You'll probably go shooting up foxes to celebrate your maths papers and lose all of your goodwill hunting like Matt Damon. That's the kind of reference you'd make. So you can talk about Hank Schrader and Mance Raider. It's how I'd expect a fan to sound. Bars trying to emulate Frank Fraser. So you might be at Mickey's house, but I'm going the Disney route. Mickey Mouse, he won't have any trash neighbours after I've swept through manslavers like Fantasias. Fucking Jake Solomon. Whatever you're breathing up there, fam, it ain't oxygen. See, I'm evil like that. I'll face up to my demons and melt sears with flames after I leave Solomon caned and hell hears his fate. Rap ain't no place for you, so really? I made to help clear his chains by dragging Solomon out his field. That's 12 years a slave. See, fuck all that nerdy shit. And every bar where he references Newton. You trying to prove that you can rap? Or that you're an intelligent student? Plus you had to suck his dick to get involved. And beg for inclusion, but you're one of those maths nerds, right? Makes sense you've always got your head in solutions. You ain't got a pen like mine, G. My rhyme scheme's dead in it, mate. Fuck a tag team. You man seem like time team specialists. Cause you look like you need some fucking hygiene medicine and Bare Solutions looks like a 90s lesbian. So you can team up with your Oxford buddies and make a little rap crew. Try accumulate some Twitter fans and Instagram views. You can spit your raps about hidden facts and religious statues, but it doesn't switch the fact. Your height will always be the most interesting thing about you. Time.